Hello, everyone. So I decided to give my lawyer a call today and get her input on the gag order situation. Here is what she had to say. So she said that she was concerned about people who had received subpoenas, potentially being the target of gag orders. She said she was not concerned about people who had not received subpoenas being the target of gag orders. And I believe that August 15th is the last date that subpoenas can be sent out in this case. That's my latest information and understanding, at least. As far as the likelihood of those being granted, I don't exactly know. And I tried to give her as much information as I could. And she said that she didn't know. And I think under normal circumstances with a normal judge, it seems extremely unlikely. With the judge that we have, I don't know. It's a weird situation. And ultimately, when I make my videos, I'm not trying to say that this is definitely going to happen. And I did not say that about gag orders. I said that this is a possibility. It's concerning and that people should prepare for different possibilities. I think that we should all be prepared for certain things to happen if they are possible and if they would be hurtful, if there are ways to prevent them from happening in advance. So that's what happens when I make my videos. I'm not, again, trying to say that things are definitely this way or that if we don't know for sure one way or another. I would also like to say that we also know that the judge in this case has been going along with a lot of what Blake Lively's team has done and a lot of these ethical lines that they have crossed and so forth. So I just don't know what to say about the gag order situation or other kinds of court orders potentially as well. Also, I only speak about US law, and most content creators are US based, and I've never tried to speak about international law, I believe. I wouldn't try to speak about that. I have no experience with international law. So I've never tried to make statements about that. If anyone tries to say that I did, I absolutely did not. And I don't know where every content creator is based. I have not looked into every single content creator, and there were a lot that received subpoenas and so forth. The other thing I wanted to say is that I was right about certain situations in the past that people really got down on me for. I had made a number of videos about the judge potentially being compromised, and I brought up all this information about his finances and his past history, where he'd been called up by the Wall Street Journal for not recusing himself from certain cases and more. And people got upset with me. Well, now look at where we are with the judge. And I think that no one should be trying to shut down others' speech here. I think that we need to talk about different possibilities. And it's totally fine to say, I don't think that this is going to happen for these reasons, but I also don't think that we should say that something is just absolutely not happening or absolutely happening for a fact when we don't actually know one way or the other. There are different possibilities at play. I'll also just add that it is actually quite difficult to find people's addresses in certain situations. That might have been part of the reason that Blake Lively was using certain tactics. The reality is that there are services that will help you scrub your information from the internet. Many people use these, particularly people who have social media accounts and are content creators and so forth. And that could potentially motivate someone who might be involved in a lawsuit and wants to apparently get someone's address to issue a subpoena and try to get that kind of information from them. So I just thought I would make that video on those points today. I hope that helps.